More than a state, Alaska is almost a continent all its own. And for all its breathtaking natural beauty, it carries with it more than an element of danger in the hazardous terrain, the treacherous weather, and the predatory animals.
This can be a very dangerous place.
There's a lot of different ways you can die out here. It's not just from the animals. Hypothermia can set in very easily here. Alaska's just basically brutal and raw.
The minute you don't give the land here its respect, it's probably going to eat you, just like a bear would.
Part of the Kodiak chain of islands, Afognak is where Bob May guides for the largest land carnivore, the Kodiak bear.
Pound for pound, they're probably the toughest, strongest animal on this planet. You can't even imagine how strong they are. You're hunting the world's largest carnivore. There ain't nothing bigger that eats meat out there. And we're meat.
For Anchorage hunter Bob Eubank, this marks his third try for a Kodiak bear, and he's counting on Bob May to make it happen for him this time.
When the word Kodiak comes about, it's kind of mystical to me. I'm on the journey of this brown bear, and it's my third hunt, and I'm after the big Kodiak brown bear.
As a guide, I want to have everybody be successful, and I want Bob Eubank to be successful. A little damp. We had put on a lot of miles hiking, and I hadn't seen any good fresh sign in here at all, but I wanted to try one more spot that I knew about. I was thinking, you know, this is probably going to be the last time we call and we try to get a bear in here because, you know, we were all getting cold, miserable, wet.
It's kind of surreal, and it's definitely a dangerous place to be, and you always have to be aware where you're at.
I saw a sign of an 8.5-footer, probably a 9-footer in there, and they were hunting deer. You could tell that.
2 sets of good fresh tracks in here this morning. It looks to me like they're hunting these deer that have moved in. We've seen several deer this morning already.
He said, let's just go on to the next thicket right up here and take a look. Moving real slow, easing through the trees and the thicket. And as soon as we walked in, bam, there he was.
Hammer. Damn, again, what's going on? What's going on?
My gun actually jammed, and I didn't know if he was going to charge us.
Come on, you got it? You got it? Go, go, go. Come on, let's go, go, go. Hammer him again, hammer him.
I think we got him.
Should have said I'm jammed, man. I was waiting for you to hammer him again.
It just happened so fast.
I'm not here to kill somebody's bear. I mean, that's the last thing I want to do is pull the trigger on him. And when I looked over and realized that he was jammed, I was going, oh, no, this isn't really happening. Those bears can take a lot of punishment, and we only got a couple of rounds into him. I knew it was going to get dicey then, having to go in after him and chase something that really doesn't like us a lot.
To have that emotion run through was definitely exciting and unbelievable.
That's how it's done. Last day, I think we got about a 10-foot bear laying right over there.
Federal premium ammo.
You said, have you ever taken one on the last day, the last few hours? And I was like, well, no.
I never realized how much work that was going to be to take this animal out.
And man, I'm glad it worked out. I'll tell you that right now.
It was quite amazing to end up the way it did.
Wow. That's a bear, Bobby. What a massive bear. You know, this was a tough hunt. And Bob, I tell you what, third time's a charm, baby.
Look at that.
Everybody wants a record book brown bear off of Kodiak. Maybe I'm dreaming or trying to get that in the record book for him, but I think he's got a real trophy.
It's definitely not the hunt for the weak of heart. I wasn't ready.
I mean, this is amazing.
It's going to make my flight going back to work in the Middle East, 15-hour flight, go so well. So nice.
The Alaska wilderness is where you come to hunt great brown bear. It's a magical experience.
Yes, my first time hunting bear, my first time hunting in Alaska. But I'm with Mr. Crank, and I know we're going to get one the first day.
We'll do good, John.
We'll do good.
We'll do our best. I'm from the same town John is from, Globe, Arizona, until I moved to Anchorage, Alaska. It's about 200 miles from here, middle of nowhere. I'm gonna go out there and try to get John a bear, and have a good time. Ready for this?
Yep, I'm ready as I'll ever be.
They call it the Alaskan bush, hundreds of miles from the nearest vestige of civilization, where more wildlife than human beings is found.
John is using a Savage Model 111 300 Win Mag and using Federal Premium ammunition.
Okay, I think we're good.
So we came up here to this upper base camp with the plan to load the Argo up with enough rations to last a few days, tent and miscellaneous gear.
Oh, what is that right there?
Bear protection.
Oh, let's get going.
We're ready. Let's do it. We drove out of camp in the Argo.
I see what you mean about rough riding. Woo! We're going through thick forests, across these streams, going up mountains. It's a rough 6 miles.
We have access to miles upon miles of untouched, unharmed land and access several different hunting areas that have been very lucrative for us for 31 years now. Good vantage point up here.
God almighty.
We got up to the first ridge top.
Where's the apple?
How's it going, John? All right. We located our first brown bear.
Oh, that little black spot in
Yeah, right at the end of that toe. It's a real nice bear. From there, we came up with a plan, put a stock on the bear. He's not gonna make it easy because he's in a real bad spot for us. By the time we got over there, he was in a spot that was just a little difficult for us to put a good stock on him, so we tried to wait him out, and he disappeared into the brush, so we decided to leave him and see if we could find him the next day. So we headed back to camp, and the next morning we went out and we're looking at the same area.
Yeah, I think I see him. And I spotted him.
Son of a gun. God dang, he's big. He's right there too. Now he's working his way down the hill. It's just a real light breeze. Let's go get our packs and our guns. All right, let's go.
We walked down this ridge.
It was a steep climb down the ridge.
It's really hard walking. It's tough. I fell down several times after the rain. They're real slick. It's real hard walking.
So we snuck over the ridge, hiked up the hill the backside of the hill we saw him on. Okay, we'll get set up right in front of this bush. And again, when we got over there, he had slipped into the brush.
We stayed there about 5 hours, but he went in the pine trees and never showed up.
Of course, he had given us the slip. And we walked around the hill a bit to see if we couldn't locate him, but he was nowhere to be found.
I didn't get a bear this trip, but I'm not disappointed. I'm glad I got to come because, you know, every time you go hunting, you aren't going to get something. You know, I don't care who you are, you aren't going to get every time, you know, but I'm really glad I got the experience of coming here.
My wife and I are on Kodiak Island for her very first hunt. She's skipping everything in between and going right to the apex predator in North America, and I, for the life of me, have no idea why she's doing it.
Not just anybody can run up to a bear and find it and shoot it.
Amy, I think the only other big game she's harvested is either a squirrel or a rabbit. I don't remember what they said.
I came to Kodiak to shoot a brown bear. A lot of the reason is because of my husband. He has always wanted me to go on an adventure with him and go hunting. I think I might have under my breath mentioned to my husband that I could probably shoot a brown bear. And I think under his breath, I heard him say, "I just booked you a hunt."
I mean, she's a fearless woman. She's kind of a warrior, and you know, I'm not concerned. We've got Fred, and really the only reason she's doing this hunt is because she feels totally comfortable with Fred.
I met Brian and Amy last summer. I also have a fishing charter business, and we went out fishing for a day, and Amy caught all the big fish, and Brian was just happy to be tagging along.
She's doing a great job.
Although she knows it's a giant leap from hooking halibut to hunting bear, Amy remains undaunted and undeterred.
I have extensive hunting experience, just never behind the gun. So we took off and we went down, went through the alders, and we came up, and I looked up and I was like, seriously, we have to get up that?
Going up these steep hillsides, there's no footpaths, there's no trails here. You go where the bears go, and you know, they go wherever they feel like.
Man, okay. After a long day of hiking, we stopped and we just decided to glass. I was more just interested in sitting down and resting for a little bit. And Caleb runs straight to Fred and it's like, Fred, there's a bear.
Where is it? See, you can see the top of him right there, bottom of the hill.
So we came down the hill, Fred grabbed Amy.
The first time we stopped, she wasn't really comfortable with the range.
I'd like to get closer. So we tried to move forward a little bit more, and the bear saw us at this point, so we weren't really sure if we were even going to have a shot at it.
Stood there and stared at us for a long time as we stood there and stared back. So we just went up the hill, and we were still closer, but at a higher advantage, 218 yards.
It's pretty terrifying. These things, you know, can run faster than a horse. They can chase you down, and they can tear you up in a heartbeat. I mean, they really can kill you, and they do.
Got everything all set up, ready to go, and got him in my sights.
Take your time.
Could not see any movement from the bear at all. And I was just waiting and waiting.
He's facing, he sees us. Wait till he turns sideways. Hold on, wait. Started to take off. I did a little chirp on the call, stopped behind the trees and everything.
I'll never forget this. That bear, when he stopped, his leg was just frozen.
I was all ready to go, and the bear turns around and goes the other direction. And I'm like, oh.
Came back into a little opening, called one more time, stopped.
The bear turned around, looked at me.
I see him. Amy, cool as a cucumber, right there, broadside. Shoot him, Amy. A little bit of luck, perfect broadside, 218 yards. Shoot it now. Shoot it, Amy.
From there, I did not know what happened.
You hit him.
I'm trying to, did I hit the bear? Did it get shot? What's the story? But the bear is definitely gone.
It's okay. Okay, you guys just take a break, relax. We're just gonna go look for blood and stuff like that.
Now we're just waiting to hear back from them on what happened.
Tracking this wounded bear, so it has to be somewhere in these thick alders waiting for us to find him.
Caleb, little bloodhounding along the trail, finding a few drops here and there, not much. Did a looking around, did the happy dance, found the bear.
When I saw it laying there, I was just shocked. That's what we came here to do, and we got that done, and I'm just very happy that I did it, and I did it with one shot.
Even though this is her first hunt, I mean, she just nailed it.
It was so fun.
From a squirrel to a Kodiak brown bear.
Right.
I mean, that's quite a jump. That's quite a jump.
I got to do things that I have always wanted to do. I love crossing streams, I love the mountains. There's just nothing like it. It's just a trip of a lifetime.
A happy ending.
If it's something that you think you might enjoy, go do it. You'll probably surprise yourself.